Coming to you live from Orlando City Stadium, we have USL Soccer live on YouTube as OCB hosts the Charlotte Independence. Welcome in, everybody. Great to have you with us. Austin David here alongside Craig Melton, coach with the Orlando City Development Academy. And Craig, we got two teams coming into this one ready to go as they head into the grueling summer schedules.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Charlotte come off a big USL Cup victory, and Orlando City coming off a little break.
So we look at Enzo Martinez there, USL MVP finalist from last year, coming into this one leading the team with 3 goals. Meanwhile, on the OCB side, we have Richie Larea, also with 3 goals in this season, leading the B side.
Yeah, Larea is a very dynamic player, can make anything happen at any given time.
So let's have a look at the starting lineups first for Orlando City B, and we look at Albert Dequa, Pierre De Silva, and Danny Deacon, as well as Richie Larea up in the front.
Yeah, that's a nasty front four. Anything can happen at any given time. We're looking for some dynamic stuff out of those 4.
Rafael Ramos also getting another start after coming back from injury in preseason with the MLS side. So now let's take a look at the visiting Charlotte Independence, and as we talk about Orlando's starting front, Charlotte's is just as dangerous.
Yeah, Coach Pulis a little concerned with the front 4 when you got Herrera and Martinez working with Estrada and the other brother Martinez. Could be some dangerous stuff up front. We got to be organized in the back.
All right, well, we're getting ready to kick off in just a moment. Stick with us. We'll be back in just a bit.
This is where it all began. The passion, the reputation, both on the field and in the stands. They ruled an era in this league, and now they are back for more. The future of Orlando City can be summed up in 3 letters: O-C-B.
Back here at Orlando City Stadium, a beautiful almost evening here as we got some very exciting matchups here. Good day for soccer in general. We had some good games, the FA Cup final earlier today, and now we get to cap it off with some USL soccer.
Yeah, here in Orlando, we just getting the sun to go down. Temperatures are dropping a little bit from a hot day, so I think it's going to be a great temperature for these guys to get after. We're looking for a really good game out of them tonight.
Still going to be quite warm, mid-80s. Could be a little bit hotter than that. So we'll see how the heat affects the game for both these teams. Of course, Orlando City B have been training in it for the entire week, so they're pretty much used to it by now.
Yeah, Orlando City gets to have plenty of warm temperatures to train in, so they should be ready to go, and we should be looking for a lot of up-and-down action with the front 4 of each team when you take the outside midfielders and the 9 and the 10. Up top for both teams. It's a deadly front 4 for both sides, so we should see a lot of action up and down the field tonight.
We see Anthony Pulis, the head coach of Orlando City B, 9-13-8 last year, 3-3-3 up to this point. And we'll talk about Mike Jeffries in just a second. But the game officials, head official is Ismir Pekmic, as well as the other officials, Francesco Terranova, Corey Cox, and Jessica Gunn as the 4th official. But Mike Jeffries, the head coach of the Charlotte Independents, you saw a little bit earlier, 26, 20, and 18 in his 2 years with the Charlotte Independents, head coach since 2014 when they started in 2015. 2-2-2 with 8 points, 14th in the East. But again, Orlando City B, they're 12.6 in the East, and that's not much of a difference between the two teams.
No, they're coming in. Orlando City have a little bit of break. Charlotte is doing great. They're coming off a U.S. Open Cup victory. It seems like the coach has a staff, and the staff has the players ready to go. And so I think they're just starting to hit their stride right now, and it's a good time for them.
So OCB will be the ones to kick it off. Richie Larea in the center circle as we wait for head referee Pekmich to kick us off.
It's going to be very interesting to see what side gets the early possession of this match and can really put their stamp on this game early.
As you see immediately, Charlotte trying to press up top, forcing Orlando City to go long. Pierre da Silva now with it, trying to force off the defender. We'll get it out wide now. Kevin Alston playing on the left-hand side. A right-footed player, but he's fully capable of playing either fullback position. Go back to Earl Edwards now. Currently third in saves in USL. Tied for second in clean sheets. So a header by Alston will go all the way back as Henry Kalungi, the veteran USL defender, back for the Independents. Good defense there by Tony Rocha to win ball back for OCB. It'll go all the way back to Edwards again. Quick note on Tony Rocha, had a preseason injury in this very stadium against St. Louis, which had him out for a long time. Finally getting back into the swing of things now as the ball's up front to Albert Diqua.
It's a great
She'll
job.
lay it off now. Ramos will play it forward, but Diqua well offside.
It's a great job there playing into the 9 and holding up the ball there. That's great. We got to do that more. Penetrate through the lines and hold the ball up so we can get players forward.
We look at Rafael Ramos, played 75 minutes in the OCB most recent game against FC Cincinnati, which they won 2-0 in Cincinnati. Quite an exciting game for OCB as that pushed their undefeated streak to 4 games. Ball come all the way back to midfield. It's now back for Wechter. Wechter, the UNC Charlotte product, is get a ball over the top as Joel Johnson's going to run onto it. Johnson will cut it back for Martinez. He's into the box, and it's cut out by Tony Rocha. Not cleared yet, as it will be across the face of goal, back to Johnson on the other side, popped into the box, headed away by Connor Donovan, and finally cleared by Pierre da Silva. So now it'll come back for Rocha. He'll try and spray it wide now. Alston will get a run on it. Immediate pressure by Jorge Herrera, the USL veteran. The ball will go up front for Kalungi. Pressure coming from Diqua as he'll force Kalungi to just boot it downfield.
Orlando City got a little lucky back there defensively. They were exposed and were lucky not to give up one early on in this match.
Now Connor Donovan trying to look for some passing lanes. We'll just go back to Edwards. He'll swing it back to the other side. Zach Carroll will get it into the midfield now. It's Danny Deacon. He's getting his first start in quite a while. Originally drafted by the MLS side, then loaned down to OCB, then eventually dropped by the MLS team and signed with OCB. It's now Kevin Alston on the near side. Waiting for runners to go forward, and it'll drop it off for Pierre da Silva. Da Silva keeps it in. One-on-one with Joel Johnson. Johnson gets the better of him this time.
Silva's very active.
Scored his first ever goal against this Charlotte Independence team last year at the Titan Soccer Complex in Melbourne. So now it's off for Rafa Ramos. He'll lay it off for the captain, Lewis Neal. Back for Ramos. Quick play for Deacon. Deacon will turn. Cross it into the box. Glancing header by Diqua, but he's not able to get a full head onto it. And it's out for a goal kick.
Lewis Neal is very important for Orlando City. Total veteran. Runs everything in the middle. Does a lot of stuff organization-wise for the team. And Diqua right now is being very active defensively and offensively, trying to get in spaces and help us out. very impressed with him so far early on in the match.
Again with Dikwa, he's only 19 years old, but has played the most games out of any other OCB player.
Yeah, he's exciting. I think he's going to have a good future ahead of him.
That one's going to be cut out by Carroll, and now Rafael Ramos, who's found his way a bit into the central side of things, will cut it out for Danny Deacon.
Great to see Ramos playing again and getting involved with the MLS experience, too. We got some experienced MLS people in the back today with Orlando City.
So now quick runs here is Richie Larea looking for some space. He'll push it forward into the box, crosses across the face of goal, but Dequin not able to get to it.
And that's what Larea gives you. He can just explode by you, get it across. That could have been an early goal.
And you see that quick move from Larea as well. Just poking the ball past his defender. That was June Davidson who was on him. Great ball across the face of goal. Unfortunate he wasn't able to get to it.
That was
now
just
back
great
into
1v1
play.
attacking.
Deacon tries to get it back for Rocha, misplays the ball, and that'll be turned over back to the Independents. Now it's back to the other side for Donnie Smith. Smith, a loanee from the New England Revolution. Played at the UNC Charlotte. So very familiar with the Charlotte area. Actually went to college with Luke Wachter from 2012 to 2015.
Both teams are showing really good shape right now, spaced out properly. They're both coaching staffs getting what they want to out of each team.
Now Alston slots it off for Rocha. Quick pressure by Herrera. He'll play up forward as Deco will keep it. Now a chance for OCB going forward. He'll get a bad touch on it though, and it'll be turned right back over. Donovan now will play it back. As you do see those two attacking players for the Independents, both Herrera and Enzo Martinez, just putting that passive pressure on the goalkeeper, making sure he doesn't have too much time and get too comfortable in the back.
Yeah, if they sneak that ball out and able to snake it from the back four, anything can happen. We got to watch that. They're very active up top for Charlotte.
As you see the pressure coming now. Ball played into tight spaces. OCB trying to get rid of it. Instead, they turn it over. Now
Yeah,
quick
see
passing. Quick passing here from the Charlotte Independents as Enzo Martinez tries to cut it across. But it'll be played up in the air. And now turned over is Danny Deacon. Some time to run and counter for OCB. He'll pull it back now as Larea will have it. Over to Rocha and now to Neal. Quick pressure coming. Enzo Martinez gets a touch on it. And it will be a foul called on Martinez.
Charlotte, they're just exactly what they want to do. They won the ball, and they quickly put together 4 or 5 passes and tried to break down Orlando City. Luckily, they gave the ball away.
Now it's back up for Connor Donovan. Did a lot with OCB last year, trying to rehab from his ACL injury he suffered in MLS play. He got about 2 minutes into his MLS debut and went down against Philadelphia with an ACL tear. That's incredibly unfortunate, but glad that he has bounced back in a big way, now getting full 90 minutes for the B team.
Yeah, you hate to see great players go down early on in a
Now
career.
here's pressure from Dequa. It'll be in for the midfield for Martinez, unable to handle it. It'll go back for Carroll. Now here's Rocha waiting for runners. It'll come for De Silva. De Silva, quick touch. He'll go down, and no foul called. Looks to be shoulder to shoulder, maybe. At least that's what the ref might be saying.
Lewis Neal and Rocha really moving the ball really quick in the middle of the field. It's really helping out the tempo.
It's now off for Larea on the far side. He'll get pushed down, and that will be whistled for a foul. Free kick coming for OCB. Looks like they'll take their time on it. But you mentioned Lewis Neal and Tony Rocha played a lot with OCB last year before Rocha got signed to the MLS level. So they have a lot of experience together. You see Larea get pushed down a bit there. But they have a lot of experience playing together and kind of know exactly where each other is going to be.
Yeah, and they're the same type of players. They love to keep the ball. They're very technical. They like to look around. They like to spray it about wide. They like to look forward and break lines. They're very good complement to each other, even though they might play the same. But they're very good technically.
Both lefties as well. Within that midfield, you have 3 out of the 4 midfield players as lefties. Rocha, De Silva, and Neal. Now space out wide, Joel Johnson.
Johnson's got a lot of room here.
He's got the pace to burn as well. So he'll try and slot it forward. As Estrada will cross it into the box, and it will fly wide and out of play. Goal kick coming for OCB.
It's a good job by Charlotte. They're getting forward quickly, and that's what Coach Pulis is a little concerned with.
As you see Estrada just getting in there. Plenty of time and space to cross it in. Luckily, he overshot it.
Yeah, just trying to play a ball across the face, and we were lucky they didn't have a guy to get on the end of it there.
And again, having that guy in Jorge Herrera playing up top, he's just a veteran midfielder, knows exactly where to be at the right time. As Larea pulled down, and another free kick coming for OCB. So a very physical game to begin this one. Let's take a look at that one again. Larea with space trying to push forward. Looks like Callum Ross just kind of went in behind him.
Yeah, Larera's just quick on the ball, and so when he gets going, it's really hard for defenders to go and get their bodies in front of him and not foul him. If they're going to try to slow him down, foul's going to be their only option a lot of the time.
As a note, in the last game that these two teams played, it was a 1-1 draw. But in that game, there were 7 yellow cards handed out, 5 to Orlando City B and 2 for the Independents. Both Ross and Herrera got them for Charlotte. So you know it's a very physical game coming into this one based on the last performance. And you're seeing that here again tonight. Zasova now with a nice touch. He'll get it out wide. Alston trying to overlap. And good job by Dequa keeping it alive. Now it'll be played out of bounds. Let's see where the ref gives it. And it will be a corner kick for OCB. Great job by Albert Dequa, just keeping the ball alive and winning it back for the B team.
Yeah, Dequa's been, I tell you, he's been very active in this one. And when Larera's active and been behind him, they can cover a lot of ground. So Charlotte's got to watch out for that. But Charlotte's done a good job being organized as a unit and shifting as a unit.
You look at both of these teams, the difference between last year and this year. I mean, there was a complete overhaul on the roster with OCB, but many of the guys that played last year for Charlotte are back with this team. As Rafael Ramos puts a cross into the box, Mizell with a huge punch, and it will come back out for OCB, this time a throw-in on the touchline.
Keeper did an excellent job there, punching it out wide and not making it a dangerous play back to Orlando City.
So Rocha now swings it over for Carroll. Neal will cut it out. Now back for Carroll. Carroll tries a quick one-touch pass, and it's taken away. Good job by Carroll to recover, though, as he wins it back for OCB. Now Larea tries to wait for it to turn, but it's cut out by Charlotte. Now the Independents break. June Davidson out wide now.
Smart of Charlotte there to keep the ball a little bit.
So now Ross switches it out wide. Joel Johnson waiting for runners to come forward. Back for Kalungi now. A bit of spell of possession here for the Independents. You look at Charlotte's midfield, both guys in Ross, as well as June Davidson, over 6 feet tall.
Yeah, they have some height in the middle of the park there.
There's a good ball for Estrada. He's onside. Donovan trying to play him. Crosses into the box, looking onto the other side as Alex Martinez puts it in, and it will glance off of Rafael Ramos now for the first corner of the game coming for the Independents.
That was dangerous there. Estrada got himself into a pocket. You'll see this on the replay. Estrada just got into a pocket. They slid him in, and then he did a great job getting the cross before the defender came.
And we talked about it before we came on the broadcast. We were trying to figure out how Charlotte was going to come out and play this game. And we kind of surmised that they might be trying to play a lot of crosses into the box, a lot of back post crosses, and it seems like that's what they've been doing so far.
Yeah, getting very active in any of their 4. They're outside middles, and they're number 9 and they're number 10
Ball into the
position-wise.
Carroll will get ahead on it. And ahead of steam comes Danny Deacon. He's pulled back, and that will be a yellow card coming now.
I think there's going to be a lot of cards in this one because both teams are going to counter and get forward. And then you're going to see a lot of defending principles on just slowing up the play with fouls. You're going to see a lot of these all night.
So we'll see who gets the card on this one. It looks like it was Donnie Smith, the left back. He's going to go into the book for the first card of the game.
And it turns out he probably didn't even need a foul there. It looks like we were going to Orlando City was going to lose the ball in possession there anyway, but he didn't know that, and he had to slow down the team, so he didn't give up a counter.
Now restart, ball over the top, trying to get for Deacon. As Callum Ross fights with Larea for the ball. Independence will come away with it. Pressure coming by OCB as they are forced to clear it downfield now. Herrera running for it. And a diving header by Connor Donovan will start the break for OCB. Good distribution from Edwards. Is now it's going to be Alston who has some space to work with. He'll try and thread it through. Instead it comes for De Silva, who's taken down from behind. Now OCB will start playing it from the back, switching field.
Yeah, they want to switch the ball really quick and try to unbalance Charlotte, but Charlotte's doing a good job shifting as a unit in the middle. They're flat four in the middle, shifting over. They're doing a good job taking away lines.
So now it's back for Alston. Cut it inside for Rocha. Rocha with a teeny pocket of space. He'll get it for Larea. Larea with a bit of a tough touch there. And it'll be back for the Independents. It's Callum Ross. Back for Kalunji. He'll boot it down to the other side of the field. It'll be Donnie Smith with the ball now.
That was a great switching ball there.
It's June Davidson now. Back for Ross. Now Wechter. All the way back for Kodu Mizell. Mizell has a bit of history, as a matter of fact, against Orlando City back in their USL days, the first team, if you will. Played for the Tampa Bay Rowdies and lost to them 4-1. The ball over the top. Rafael Ramos is there, but offside is called on Jorge Herrera. Back to Mizell, though. Lost 4-1 back on May 28th of 2014 in a U.S. Open Cup game when Orlando City played Tampa Bay for a heated rivalry that is now transferred over to the USL, which is really fun to see with OCB and Tampa Bay, which is coming up in just a few weeks.
Yeah, a little I-4 derby going on.
Another offside. This one's on Dequa as he tries to get behind the defense.
Yeah, Dequa's just got to take his run a little more inside and back at an angle, give himself time to then break behind after the ball's played so he's not offsides.
It's back with Charlotte now. Just trying patiently to play out of the back. Their last league game was a 5-1 thrashing of the defending champion New York Red Bulls 2. And that was in Charlotte, only their second home game of the year.
Charlotte's doing a good job hitting their stride right now in the season, I think. That U.S. Open came victory, too, that they just had this week. It was a good one for them.
Cleared away by Lewis Neal. And you talk about that U.S. Open victory. Orlando City B, because they are a MLS-affiliated team, did not have to play that. As here's a break for OCB. Now it's out wide for De Silva. De Silva will take Joel Johnson. Plays it off for Larea. Larea into the box. He'll try and get past Kalunji. Kalunji with the last second touch. He'll knock it out of play for an OCB corner.
Kalunji did a great job defending Larea there because if he gets by him, he can get to that end line and hit that cutback ball across the face, which is very dangerous. Look at him here, taking him on. He turns on him. Good defending, though, to get a foot in there and make sure he didn't get across. That was well done.
I think Kalunji caught the back of Larea's shoe as he has to put it back on the sideline now. Let's get things adjusted. These things happen. Not a bad fan turnout tonight, all things considered. 3 teams for the Orlando City family playing tonight. Orlando Pride are currently playing in New Jersey. Ball's low and cleared away.
Yeah, you got 3 games going on tonight. You also have the Memorial Day weekend. You have a Saturday going on. And with all that in, we got a good crowd here to support the Lions in the Charlotte game.
Of course, Minnesota United kicking off against Orlando City in just a bit. Ball into the box. It's going to be just too tall for Dequa as it'll go out of play for a goal kick. That Orlando City-Minnesota United game kicks off at 8 o'clock. Of course, Minnesota has both Kevin Molino and head coach Adrian Heath, formerly of Orlando City, as well as their sideline reporter, USL veteran and legend of the USL Orlando City Lions, Jamie Watson, over in Minnesota.
Yeah, they should be having a fun time tonight in a reunion over there in Minnesota.
Well, almost a reunion. Kevin Molino is not playing due to an illness.
Yeah, that was sad that Molino can't play against some of his old teammates.
Back to action here is Zach Carroll will go back to Earl Edwards. We touched on Edwards a bit. First 2 years that he was here, drafted back in 2015 alongside Kyle Laren. Didn't really get too much playing time. And even last year with the B team in existence, he was still having to back up Joe Bendick. So still not a lot of opportunities. Then they bring in Josh Saunders for the MLS side. And now he's getting every single Orlando City B game that is able to be played.
Trouble.
Here's a chance.
This is trouble.
Dikwa with the shot, and he buries it. Albert Dikwa, a fantastic finish from the youngster, and that's his 3rd goal on the season, putting OCB up just before the 20-minute mark.
That was a great goal. Won the ball. What an assist. The right weight, the right angle, and what a finish. Far post, on frame, right past the keeper. That was excellent. If you look at this ball here, and look at this ball by De Silva. That's excellent. And look at this finish. Across his body, side netting. Excellent way to finish for a 19-year-old from Cameroon. Look at that. You can't ask it for any better. That's well done.
Beautifully placed, starting with Rocha to De Silva and to Dikwa. And De Silva, that now marks his 5th assist on the year, which ties the most he's had as a professional in a season.
Yeah.
And it's not even a third of the way through. So he's got quite a lot to go, does Pierre De Silva.
He's got a great career ahead of him.
Of course, does Albert Dikwa as well. 3 goals and an assist on the season. That's only a 6th shot on the season as well, which means he's converted on 50% of the shots that he's taken.
Yeah, most goal scorers need about 10 good shots to get a goal. It seems like he's got a much better percentage of that. You give him a couple, and he'll finish them. Well done.
And you add to that fact the size and the speed that he has. He's 5'11" and can outrun most defenders. So you see it here, a quick turnover. As Dikwa running in, tries to take out Wechter, and will stay with the Independents.
Be interesting to see how Charlotte responds here. Really looking forward to them keep their game plan together, try to keep the ball here, try to attack Orlando City through the lines, and with their top 2 guys up top, Martinez, that could make things happen at any minute. We got to stay organized and structured defensively to stop the Charlotte attack.
The most dangerous time to give up a goal is within the first 5 minutes of scoring one.
It
would help if OCB came up with 2, as Larea tried to play a bit of a cute ball between Wechter's legs, try and get past him, but Wechter equal to it and knocks it back for Mizell. So once OCB get past those first 5 minutes after scoring, they can kind of get back into a bit of a groove now, playing with that 1-goal advantage. And even now, so they look a bit more comfortable in attack and defense. So here's Connor Donovan. He'll play it back. So now the pressure's on the away team, being forced to score a goal to tie it up. So Alston
good
heads
tempo
it down
there on the ball for Orlando City when they won it. 4-5-1 touches in the middle. Nice, clean, crisp passing. That's what Coach Pulis really likes to see.
Now here's Ramos on the far side. Carroll has it. A bit wide for Donovan. He's able to get to it and keep it on. Pressure coming from Charlotte as now it's booted upfield. Larea tries to touch it down. Good job winning it back after the heavy touch. And now here comes the break for OCB. Chipped over the top. Here's Dikwa once again. Onside. Plays it back for De Silva. De Silva rounding the defense. He'll play it across goal, and it's going to be cleared away just in the nick of time by Donnie Smith.
Ooh, Coach Pulis is a little fired up on the sidelines like his dad. I love it.
Great build-up there from OCB, though, as we'll have another look at it. De Silva just rounding the defense, putting a great ball across the face of goal. But the veteran MLS player Donnie Smith able to win it back for his team.
Yeah, De Silva's been trouble when he's gotten the ball. He's can make things happen any time, that youngster from the development academy.
Now
of
here's
Orlando
space
City.
for Danny Deacon. Deacon's going to try the effort, and what a save from Cody Mizell. Just a fingertip on it as Deacon's shot was destined for goal.
That was a great decision to go ahead and shoot that. If you look here, he's got it on his left peg, and what a strike. He hit it clean.
He had the time, he had the space, just did not have the finish. Credit to Cody Mizell for that save.
It was a great save. You give him a lot of credit because that might have found the side netting as well.
Here's a cross into the box. Connor Donovan trying to win it. It'll come for De Silva. De Silva plays it across. It's called for a handball as Zach Carroll, but nothing given. Instead, it's cleared out for another corner kick for OCB. And we'll have to have another look at that again because I did not see it bounce up and hit a hand. If anything, it might have been incidental contact, but we'll have another look here.
It was just another dangerous attempt, though. I don't know if it was a handball. We'll see off this. This was the cross here, and then let's see here. No, there's nothing there.
Looks like Wechter went down, and if anything, it may have hit his arm. Ball's back into play. Ramos has another chance at it after putting in the initial cross. Back post header, diving chance by Connor Donovan as he's inches away from getting ahead on that one.
Donovan likes to get forward to head balls when we have the attack from corner kicks, so he's very active in there.
He's been flying all over the place, both on offense and defense with flying headers.
Give it to Charlotte, though. They did a good job defending that. They weathered the storm. I know Coach Peelis would like to see us go up 2-0, but Charlotte did a good job braving the elements there and getting out of there without giving up a goal.
Now a head-to-head collision as an OCB player is down. Looks like Zach Carroll. This referee's tending to him, but he looks to be okay. Lewis Neal now with the ball. So we're back into it.
Ooh, dangerous.
There's a turnover in the midfield now as Joel Johnson's getting a chance to run on it. Pierre De Silva, a sliding challenge, wins it back for the moment, but he does break up that counterattack for the Independents. Now back over the top. Joel Johnson goes down a bit too easy, but the assistant referee calls it back, and it'll be a free kick coming for the Independents, and talking to Pierre De Silva for knocking the ball out of play.
Yeah, that was they got a foul there. They're attacking the corners here, and then De Silva come and got him, and now they're going to have a free kick just inside the corner kick length here. This could be dangerous.
Looks like Donnie Smith is going to be on this free kick. Natural lefty, so curling in. Smith puts it in, punched away by Earl Edwards, and it'll be Larea coming away with it now. Larea pushing past the defense, taken out from behind. That's a dangerous challenge, and a yellow card to Alex Martinez.
Yeah, that's where we're dangerous, is coming out of the back on the counter. You see here.
That was a really dangerous tackle coming from behind.
That was
doesn't even
bad.
go for the ball from the looks of it. You could argue that it was just late timing-wise, but he could have been lucky just to get away with a yellow card.
Yeah, he's lucky there. You never know what refs are thinking. Some refs might actually pull out a red there.
Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit nikesoccer.com. Now we're waiting. A little bit of a limp coming up.
Like I said earlier, we're going to see a lot of those fouls. Both teams are going to want to counter. We got some speed. They're going to have to slow us down with the foul.
All over the top. Dequa is going to try and get ahead on it. Mistimes it a bit as Joel Johnson, the Independents, now will clear it downfield. Great interception by Connor Donovan as he's come into the attack now. Rocha over for Dequa. Dequa centers it off for Deacon. Deacon falls down, plays it back for Tony Rocha. And now Orlando City can settle into it a bit. Spread out wide now for Ramos. Ramos fakes the pass, drives inside now, gets it stuck under his feet, but able to play it back off for Deacon. Now Deacon for Larea. Larea chipped over the top. Ramos is onside. He plays it in front for Dequa. Dequa just unable to get a finishing touch onto it as it goes under his legs, and Mizell able to clear it up. Now back the other way with the Independents. Quick passing coming from Charlotte, as that will be Not sure if he called a throw-in or a free kick. Just looks like a throw-in. No foul on De Silva. No, they will call a foul on De Silva. Free kick coming and quickly taken. Now Martinez spreads it wide to the other side for Smith. Donnie Smith with the early ball forward, but looks like Alex Martinez was the one he was trying to pick out on that, and he was unable to get to it.
Yeah, Martinez wasn't making that run that he was looking for, and he went ahead and played it too early. And it was just too late to finish out that run to get on the other end of it.
Good idea, bad execution. Donovan plays another ball over the top. Dikwa with a set of legs on him, ready to run. So he'll pressure Kalungi, now back for Mizell. He'll clear it downfield. As Estrada will go up for a challenge with Alston. Alston knocks it out of play and will come away with Charlotte. Now Enzo Martinez plays it off for Jorge Herrera. Chips it over the top. Now Alex Martinez with a bit of space. Ramos on him. He'll cut it inside, try and center it, but all the OCB players ready for it in the box. Now back for Alex Martinez. Now Enzo Martinez. Tough challenge by Rocha. Unable to win the ball back. Back for Martinez. Now June Davidson. Now it'll swing out wide. And not sure if anybody's going to be able to get to it as Joel Johnson lets it run out of play. Bit of a miscommunication between Kalungi and Johnson. And now it's an OCB possession. Here's a chance for De Silva, putting on the moves on the defender. Alston driving forward. Plays it for Dikwa. He'll play it back. Neal has some space to work with. Deacon is pulled inside. Ramos overlapping. Plays for Rocha. Tony now pulls it back. Neal with pressure coming. Gets it off for Larea, who mistimes it a bit. Gets it for Deacon, though. Now it's back for Neal. Neal directing traffic. Rocha has it. Playing it through. Larea out now. Ramos waiting. Back Larea. 1-2 game with the two. Now back for Neal.
Very
Neal
good
works
possession
for Rocha.
right now.
Great passing by OCB. Is there maybe a turnover? No. Great job by Lewis Neal as he keeps it alive. Now some space coming for OCB. So Alston will cut inside, try the shot, and that's well wide. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune into USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Mondays at 9 Eastern Time on Sirius XM, channel 85. Also, don't forget, Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check uslsoccer.com for dates and times.
Orlando City did a great job back there keeping the ball. A lot of possession.
Now here's a chance for OCB again. A lot of good possession coming for the Young Lions. Deacon will come inside, plays it for De Silva. De Silva with 3 defenders coming on him, and somehow he gets away with it. Plays it in for Deacon. Deacon into the box now. He'll pull it back outside. Come for Rocha, back to Alston. Alston looking for space. Good spread of play now. De Silva, chance for an open cross, and it's headed away by Estrada.
I got to tell you, Deacon has done a great job in this match, keeping the ball for Orlando City and being very active. He's done a great job, him and Rocha, and then finding lines up to De Silva, and then the runners of Larea has been very good.
The old Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United Academy product.
Deacon's doing very well.
Doing bits for Orlando City B. Now Rafael Ramos crosses into the box. And it will come out for Enzo Martinez. Back for Ramos again. Ramos takes the shot, and it's a diving save by Mizell. And cleared away by the Charlotte defense. Still ball into the area, though, and fighting for it is Lewis Neal, and I believe that's Alex Martinez. Somehow OCB will get it back.
There's a shot here. If you see this coming, at first I thought he was going to whip it across, but there was nobody there, so I think he was trying to shoot that far post.
Not a bad effort from Rafael Ramos, his first shot of the season. It's cleared downfield by Earl Edwards. Kalungi wins the header. He'll come out for Callum Ross, trying to play Joel Johnson. Joel Johnson gets it. Chests off Estrada, cleared downfield. And that's a dangerous header. Pierre De Silva trying to get to the ball, mistimes it just a bit, and he clatters right into, I'm trying to see who it is. You could hear that from all the way up here, though.
Is that Davison down? Or Ross? Not sure which one.
Just right into the shoulder. That's Callum Ross down on the field.
Unfortunate for him.
USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest news and information by visiting USL.com and follow them on Twitter at USL. Back into action as Estrada has it come off his foot, and it'll be an OCB throw in their own defensive third.
Should be a very exciting final 10 minutes here this half. See what can go down, and hope Charlotte gets more of the play, but Larrea is going to be dangerous here.
Larrea trying to push it forward. Kalungi just able to get there before Dikwa and Larrea, and he'll clear it downfield. Comes out for Donnie Smith on the left side.
Kalungi's really shown his experience for Charlotte on defending. He's really stopped some goals. The game could have been 2 or 3-0 if it wasn't for him getting his foot in there.
Ugandan national team product, played many years for the Richmond Kickers back from 2009 to 2015.
Richmond Kickers are always known for their good defense.
Well, we may talk about them a little bit later today, as De Silva trying to cut inside is taken away by Estrada. And now June Davidson trying to spread out wide. Donnie Smith, quick touch for Alex Martinez on the far side. Good job by Rafael Ramos, equal to it, and knocks it out of play.
Tay Donovan's done a really good job at the center back position, putting pressure on the forward so they can't look ahead to him. He's immediately picking him up. The minute Charlotte tweaks their head up to look forward, Donovan's really put pressure on their forwards, and it's been a good job by him. It's really taken away that longer ball.
Second-year pro out of NC State. Should say third-year pro.
Coming back from an injury, so it's good to see him out there. Same with Ramos. It's really good to see him up and down the flank and get some action in here.
Could definitely provide depth for the MLS side.
That was the pro team's trouble last year. No depth at left or right back. If somebody got hurt or accumulation red card, we were always in trouble with no depth.
Deacon now have it back. Ramos for Larrea. Larrea gets it under his feet, tries to weave past the defense, manages to get out of trouble. Back for Deacon now.
Larrea's done a great job in there in the middle of that field, keeping the ball and being active as well, offensively and just keeping the ball for the team.
Very good at the close dribbling, just keeping it almost like magnetized to his foot.
Yeah,
I always love to see players like that. As Joel Johnson looks to have knocked it off his own foot, so it'll be an OCB throw right at the midfield line. Scratch that a few steps back from the midfield line. Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. As while I say that, we have a injured player down on the field. Looks like Albert Dikwa is down holding his ankle. Mizell will play it out of play, and trainers immediately to him.
He's been very active this game. Hopefully it's not too much of a injury here where he can shake it off and still run around up there.
Both teams taking this time to get a bit of a water break in and have a chat with their head coaches. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune into USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts Monday at 9 and 9 p.m. Eastern Time on SiriusXM FC Channel 85. Also, don't forget, SiriusXM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check USL Soccer for dates and times.
Much needed break for both teams. They've been running up and down this pitch pretty good, defending very hard. So it's good they get a little water, and it looks like he's going to be okay.
And even without the sun just dropping down over the horizon, it's still quite warm outside. Even the press box up here, you can feel it. I'm sure you're used to it being outside all the time.
Yeah,
but
nowhere as near as how bad it was at 1 o'clock this afternoon in Orlando.
I can only imagine. I feel for you. And you have to do that all the time, don't you?
Yeah, let's say we use a lot of suntan lotion.
I can only imagine. Just have a 2-quart vat or something sitting on the sideline. We're back to action here. June Davidson Plays it off for Wechter. Quick passing now as Alex Martinez trying to run on it. Great job by, I believe that was Zach Carroll, just booting it downfield. There's once again Albert Dikla putting on the pressure.
Carroll's done a good job complimenting Connor there in the back. Donovan out of VA on to Michigan State. He's really settled down in there. Those two are doing really well tonight together working.
Here's a chance for Charlotte. It's a good job by Carroll holding up Enzo Martinez. And an even better job there by Tony Rocha just poking the ball away. Now here's a chance for the Independents into the box. Crossed, and it's going to find the back of the net. David Estrada gets the last touch on it and puts it into the far post. And just 5 minutes before halftime, it's all level.
Yeah, that's what Coach Peelis was worried about, is anytime the ball got in any of those front four there, the outside backs to the outside middies to up there, that was a dangerous ball in the box. And another finish like Orlando had, side netting coming across his body. It's really hard for the keeper to get.
Let's take another look at that one again.
Great
Great job by Alex Martinez going one-on-one with Rafa Ramos. Just puts it into the box. Donovan a half second too late as Estrada just pokes it right into the net.
Yeah, Ramos might have to do a little better job. They're not letting that cross get in, a little more higher pressure on the ball. But that was a great cross and a great finish. Got to give Charlotte credit.
Almost looked like Ramos was playing off a bit, waiting for that cutback into the middle.
Yeah, I think he thought he was going to get taken on in a 1v1, and then he decided to cross it, and it was deadly. Really good for Charlotte right before 5 minutes left in the half. That was really good for Charlotte, and Coach Peelis is going to have something to say at halftime, I'm sure.
Well, this was the score line in the last game.
Hopefully Ramos could keep a level head here. He has a tendency to get a little emotional. So hopefully keep a level head and really help out his team here the final 5 minutes of the half.
I know he's been doing a lot better with that over the years. He's taken lessons from Kakoff, some of the veteran players. Good defense there by Connor Donovan. Larrea will play it out for De Silva. Pierre holding it up, gets it off. Sorry, that's Dikwa. It's now De Silva getting shoved off the ball, and it will be a free kick coming.
This might be a card.
It is a card. It's going to be issued to Callum Ross. So that, I believe, is the third card on the Independents so far.
This looks like the rest of this half's going to get a little feisty out here.
USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the top game talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting www.uslsoccer.com and follow them on Twitter at USL. Just a few more minutes left in this first half. 1-1 our score. And looks like because of that, Independents are right back in it. As I say that, they turn the ball over. Here's Rocha now, driving forward. Pressure coming from, I believe that was Alex Martinez. Now throw coming for OCB.
You can just see what that goal did for Charlotte. They're really lively right now, and they're active.
Similar to how OCB was playing just a few minutes ago.
You know, there's Lewis going to settle the team down, spray it around, switch a point of attack.
Too quick of an attack there as Deacon wasn't ready for it as Ramos now turns it over. Pressure coming. And the counterattack coming as well. Good step in there by Kevin Alston to knock it away from Herrera. But it's all the way back to Joel Johnson. Now back for Herrera. 3 players for Orlando City B on him. As they push it back to the defensive third for Charlotte.
Another
Switching
good
field.
switching ball.
Donnie Smith will touch it back. June Davidson coming over to the side.
This could be a counter here.
Good dummy by Enzo Martinez, but he's a bit too aggressive with it. Now here comes Danny Deacon. Deacon tries to slot it through for Larrea, and now it's a counterattack opportunity on the other end. Played behind Jorge Herrera, and OCB luck out on that end. You had numbers pressing forward for OCB and immediately turned over.
Silva's got to do a better job there on the ball. They're holding it up and quickly playing.
As you can see the momentum shift now. Good step in by Rafael Ramos, but now he's out of position. June Davidson slows it down, gets it off out wide. Martinez back to Davidson. No pressure coming, so they'll just hold it up.
You look at this high line there for Charlotte. They're really stepping it up there with driving people forward. This is trouble.
Now here's a ball here for Jorge Herrera. What a move past
What
everybody
a
and
ball.
played into the back of the net by Zach Carroll, I believe. No, it was Connor Donovan. Either way, it's a goal for the Charlotte Independents, as they have now scored 2 in the past 10.
That was just a great unselfish ball here. Look at him split the guy, get in here. You'd think he's going to shoot the ball, and he puts a little slice pass right there to the runner coming up. That's excellent, excellent vision.
Enzo Martinez, who took the shot. We'll see who they credit the goal to. But, I mean, that's all Jorge Herrera on that move.
Definitely. He got in through a line. He had space, and he took it on. And then what vision to play that simple little ball across.
Just driving into it, sending Zach Carroll flying on the sliding challenge, taking him completely out of the play. Runners coming in on the either side. And you know how Enzo Martinez is with finishing goals. Unlucky that Connor Donovan was able to get the last touch, but unable to push it away from his own net.
Yeah, that's a tough one for any defender. Charlotte deserved that goal. They earned it, and it should have been in the back of the net, and that's their goal. It was well done by them.
Now a ball over the top as OCB a little bit shell-shocked, I would say. 2 minutes of extra time coming. Now 1 minute.
That's what happens in this game, right? Orlando City had some chances early on to go up 2-0 and didn't.
That's a bit of a foul there on Joel Johnson, just holding on to Albert Diqua.
We're into 2 minutes of extra time here. So it should be about just 45 seconds to a minute left.
I think this might be the last chance OCB could get a shot on goal here, and then our head referee will probably blow for halftime. And I'm sure Anthony Pulis will have some things to say to his team as they head into the locker room. Just quick adjustments. But you see that break that came up with the second goal for the Independents. That's how they gutted the New York Red Bulls 2 for 5 goals. A lot of them very similar. Silva puts it into the box, and it will run past everybody. Onto the other side now is Tony Rocha, back for Ramos. Ramos off for Rocha. Play an early ball into the box. That one's going to fly over. And a goal kick coming, and I'm assuming that will be it after he kicks it for the first half.
That could have been a dangerous attempt there, Orlando City, if he doesn't shoot that but whips it in around the top of the 6 there, far post, top of the 6. We had some players there. It could have been a little more dangerous.
As Joel Johnson now plays for it. Still going here with a bit of
little music in the
time.
background. That's good for the players.
That one's out of play. Referee still going. So we're past the 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's been a really long 2 minutes.
There it is. Halftime is called by our head referee.
Slow watch.
Well, story of the first half. Orlando City get on the board first, have some chances, but unfortunately 2 goals by Charlotte in the form of Alex Martinez and Enzo Martinez, or Estrada and Martinez, have the visiting side up 2-1 as we head into halftime.
Yep. They got the momentum there. Charlotte did after that first goal, and then it ended up in a result in a second goal. So it was a good job by Charlotte hanging in there and just staying with the game.
Now we've got momentum going in favor of Charlotte. Halftime, I would say, couldn't come sooner for OCB just to get them mentally refocused.
Yeah, they need to go back in. If you look at the match stats there, they need to go back in and get reorganized, but good for Charlotte.
right. So with that, halftime, 2-1 in favor of the visiting Charlotte Independents. We'll be back in just a bit with USL Soccer on YouTube.
The pressure she must feel.
Welcome back to Orlando City Stadium. Score is 2-1 in favor of the visiting Charlotte Independents. As we see the sprinklers going on the field, we'll look at some highlights here from the beginning 45 minutes of this game. Very open, very physical. It's captains meeting in the field.
It's been a very good game. Both coaches got what they want out of their team early on here. Some good crossing, some good flank play from Charlotte.
Equally as good for Orlando City B is a glancing header from Albert Dequa. Was the first chance for the Young Lions. Another back post header.
You can see from these earlier highlights how Charlotte was attacking down the flanks early on, and that was what was trouble.
First real chance for OCB is Danny Deacon's effort forced a save. Another diving header from Connor Donovan. Putting some highlight tapes together. Earl Edwards with the punch. Another curling shot, this one from Rafael Ramos, who had a back and forth first half. This was the goal for OCB. Great little build up there. Rocha to De Silva, lays it off for Albert Dequa, who finishes far post.
And what a great finish coming across his body and putting it in the side netting, and what a ball in by De Silva.
I like the celebration too. Simple. Here was the first goal for the Charlotte Independents. This one was David Estrada, as Alex Martinez set him up. Just poked it into the far post.
Yeah, that was another great cross. It was right to the foot of the goal scorer. And what a finish. Again, across his body, far post, side netting on the ground. Really hard for the keeper to stop that.
You see a little bit of a contingency there from the Independence fans. And here's the move from David Estrada that set up the goal completely. Played into the net by Connor Donovan, but that really started with Jorge Herrera, finished off. That was Enzo Martinez who finished it off. I believe he's credited with the goal since the ball was already going into goal when Donovan kicked it in.
Yeah, so there was no way Donovan was going to stop that. Charlotte deserved that goal. It was great offensive play by Herrera, breaking through.
So let's take a look at the stats. Dominated possession-wise by OCB, but that doesn't tell the whole story. A lot of the Charlotte Independence chances have come on the counter.
Yeah, and that's what Coach Pulis' concern was, because you got guys up there, any Martinez brothers, you got Herrera, and anybody can make that happen. Estrada's active, and that was Coach Pulis' concern. And if you look at the stats, Orlando City has 6 shots to their 2, and they're up 2-1. So how about that? I mean, every shot they had's on frame, and it's been effective for them.
100% conversion rate is pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, I don't think the coaching staff's going to play around with the conversion rate there on scoring goals. So it's good for Charlotte. They deserve that. They deserve to go in because they capitalized.
You see the 3 yellow cards there on the Independents as well. None for OCB. We talk about the physicality of this game. Only Charlotte has been disciplined for it, though.
Yeah, and a lot of that's to Larrera's credit. Larrera's gotten the ball in the middle and has countered, and he's got some speed with the ball, and it's really hard to recover defensively. And so when you can't get ball side and all the way around the player, you got to foul him to stop the counter. And they've had to foul him a lot from behind. I would think a lot of those yellow cards are from fouls from behind.
All right, well, we're going to go to break once again. We'll come back. Here at Orlando City Stadium, the visiting Charlotte Independents up 2-1 after the first 45. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh.
It only takes a moment to make a moment.
Cheers.
Take time to be a dad today.
We've raised the stakes. Expectations are high. Our biggest season yet will break records with elite players and future stars, innovative technology, and new homes. We're growing the game in our communities and across the nation. Are you ready?
The USL's all-time leading scorer has added another accolade to his resume.
Here's Kelly. And he's got the hat trick! Dane Kelly has done it again! Back-to-back games. 3 goals for Kelly.
Dane Kelly is now the only player in USL history to score back-to-back hat tricks. Kelly notched his first 3-goal game in Reno's first win in club history.
Carries the ball ahead. Into an attacking position. He scored in the 2nd minute.
Together before they get another goal.
Brown Kelly, that's 2 in 6 minutes. Kelly, he steps over and he puts it in off the post. That is a hat trick in the 66th minute.
The second occurred in front of a home crowd, leading Reno to their first ever win at Greater Nevada Field.
Brett Richards finds Kelly and Dane Kelly. Goal! Kelly finds net again. Here's Kelly. And he's got the hat trick. Dane Kelly has done it again.
Kelly was honored with 2 USL Player of the Week recognitions following his back-to-back performances. For USL Network, I'm Morgan Conklin.
Found it. Barnes got a head to it. It's in off the. No, it's not yet in. It looked in from up here. Off the post. It hit both of them. Spector closed in. The follow-up from Barnes was kept out. Holding that in. Johnson is onside. Trying to bring it down. Gets it. It's tapped away, and it's in. Will Johnson. Fantastic goal to put Orlando in front. Four-minute stoppage time, most of it for Jump's injury earlier this half. Johnson's corner of the traffic, it's in from Kyle Aaron! It might just be April, but this is perhaps starting to look for real here in Orlando City, isn't it?
Welcome back to Orlando City Stadium. 2-1 the halftime score here as OCB trail the Charlotte Independents, who are visiting. Welcome back. My name's Austin David here, along with Craig Melton. So we've got scores from around the league coming up, but first, upcoming schedule first for OCB. They play the Pittsburgh Riverhounds Saturday, June 3rd at 7 o'clock at the beautiful Highmark Stadium overlooking the river in Pittsburgh, the lake in Pittsburgh, shall I say. And the Charlotte Independents play a team from 2 hours down the road, the Tampa Bay Rowdies, except they'll be in Charlotte Sunday, June 4th at 7 o'clock at Eagle Field. One of the final games at Eagle Field that the Charlotte Independents will play before they move to their brand new stadium.
They should be very excited about that when that stadium's complete and they can play in it.
Yeah, I mean, just look at this in front of us. The new Orlando Stadium is absolutely breathtaking. Being here is very special every time we come over here. Just a few minutes away from the second half. So as we look into this, what do both teams need to do in this second half to come away with a result?
Well, I think what Orlando City needs to do a better job of is once they do break the lines, go ahead and finish with the end ball. Get the runners in the right spot. That's how they scored the goal. They connected 3 or 4 good passes. And I think we're going to get some scores around the league here, Austin.
Yeah, Ottawa Fury coming up with a 5-3 victory against the Richmond Kickers. Despite a hat trick from one of the Richmond players, Ottawa scored 2-3 late in the game to come away with a 5-3 win. FC Cincinnati defending their home turf with a 1-0 victory over Toronto FC 2. Obviously, you have the game here in Orlando at 2-1 in favor of Charlotte. Tampa Bay Rowdies and St. Louis are 0-0 at halftime, and about 32 minutes into it, Colorado Springs and Reno are deadlocked at 0.
Yeah, some good games there. You look at that top one, 5-3, Ottawa Richmond. What a battle!
Yeah, that was actually one of the first games at Ottawa's new complex as well. So a lot of new complexes only opening around the USL, which is great to see for the growth of U.S. soccer. Speaking of the U.S. soccer growth, you have the Orlando City Stadium and the wall. It's not quite as filled out as it usually is, but it is quite a sight to behold for MLS games.
It is, and I got to tell you, soccer's just growing and growing and growing, and even USL keeps growing, and the attendances are awesome around the league.
So we got a substitution. Kevin Alston coming out after the first 45, and USL guy from last year, one of the few carryovers from last year to this year, Zach Ellis Hayden will play the final 45 in the second half.
Yeah, good for Hayden to get some time in this game. Should be good for him.
Does have 1 assist to his credit so far this season from Ontario. 24-year-old, has a lot of promise coming out of Cleveland State. So not sure what we're waiting on here. I think it's just, a little bit of a quick talk before we kick off here. Referee is getting set to go.
Charlotte's just got to do a good job keeping doing how they scored their goals. They got to unbalance Orlando City, go ahead and break through the lines and make that extra little pass. They've done such a great job with that, and then attacking down the flanks. And they're going to stay at that. I'm sure that's going to be their game plan for the second half.
It's going to be wide open for this second 45. I can really see either team coming away with 3 points at this point. Both teams have looked dangerous as we kicked off the second 45, and immediately ball looking downfield, taken away by Rafael Ramos. Ramos will play it 1-2 with Deacon. Now back for Carroll. Looks like that Ellis Hayden substitution, the only sub between both teams.
Yeah, looks like Charlotte's starting with the same group they had in the first half. It's a good ball into.
Dequa is a good touch to settle it down. Now it's for Neal. He'll spread it out wide. Ellis Hayden on the run, overlapping. De Silva tucked inside.
So important for forwards to be able to hold up that longer 30 to 40 yard ball into their feet. Dequa did a good job with that.
Now for Rocha for De Silva. Overlapping to Ellis Hayden. Play it back for De Silva. Now Rocha threads it through. Good turn by Ellis Hayden. He'll get the cross in, but it's ruled offside.
Offsides.
Wasn't sure from the angle that we have if he was on or off. Let's have a look at the replay and get a better idea.
Yeah, it's a hard one to tell from that angle. But
even with Joel Johnson coming in, it looks like he's just a tiny bit off, if anything. Great turn by him, regardless of the ruling.
Yeah, that was a good job by Orlando trying to take advantage of Charlotte there early on in the half.
Popped up in the air by Carroll as he'll get a second chance at it. Now it's for Dequa, back for Larea. Larea goes down. Dequa goes down. Nothing called from either foul. Didn't really see too much in that would warrant a foul, though.
Nah, I don't think so. And Charlotte's doing a good job here, just trying to hold on to the 2-1 lead early on in the half and on the road, keeping their shape and moving the ball around the back here.
June Davidson has to play one all the way back for Mizell, who will boot it downfield. Ellis Hayden under it with Estrada. Come away for Rocha, now to Neal. Good quick passing.
Oh, what a ball.
Offside is the ruling again, though. Just a half step offside by Albert Dequa, though. As Larea was talking with head referee, just to clarify a few things, I'm sure. Another ball through the middle. Good job by Connor Donovan. Takes it away from Jorge Herrera. Headed up in the air by Ross. Back for Neal, now for Deacon. Neal chased.
Neal and Deacon, good job combination play there.
Carroll now switches it off to the other side. Ellis Hayden tries to chest it down and rolls off the side of his leg.
It was a great switching ball. Hayden's got to do a better job technically bringing that ball down so they can keep possession. Now it's Charlotte's turn.
Played back, Smith, chased by Deacon, up for Herrera.
Oh.
Herrera takes it was a foul, but he
made it a little more dramatic than it needed to be, but it was a foul, and good for him to go ahead and make sure he got the foul for his team.
We'll take another look at it here. Definitely a foul, but he did sell it. Smith goes back now for Wechter. 6'2" center back, switches off for Kalungi. Another 6'2" center back. Played through the middle. Enzo Martinez tries to slot it away, calling for a handball, nothing given, and now Lewis Neal running the break for OCB.
That was a good penetrating ball into Martinez. He's got to do a better job holding that up, though.
Great job by Neal, just weaving through traffic, spreading out wide now with the space to work with. OCB trying to do something. Here's Pierre De Silva cutting inside, looking for options. Cuts it up for Deacon. Dangerous pass, almost intercepted. Now Danny Deacon, the Englishman, cutting it back. Plays it off for De Silva. De Silva waiting, gets it off for Larea. Back for De Silva. Trying to get runners into the box, but no one really there. Rocha now spreads it out wide to the other side. Almost to Ramos, but he waits a bit too long for it. Now a break coming here for the Independents. Ball over the top. OCB stretched pretty thin. Here's Donnie Smith. Nobody in the box or in the area, really, other than Jorge Herrera, but OCB able to clear it away for the moment. Rocha wins it back for OCB.
Charlotte did a good job winning that ball there, knocking a little combination play together and then over the top.
Carroll once again looking for Ramos. Ramos pressured by Enzo Martinez. Alex Martinez. Dangerous pass there, taken away by Davidson. Now for Ross. He'll turn back. Back for Davidson. All the way back. Now Donnie Smith plays it for Davidson. He's got space to work with.
Good ball work
Slots
by
it off
Charlotte.
for Enzo Martinez. Now out wide, Joel Johnson. There's Estrada driving forward. Lays it off for Joel Johnson again. Fakes the cross. Puts it into the box. It's headed down. And there's the veteran, Jorge Herrera. An assist to his credit already. Now a goal and puts Charlotte up 3-1 here in the 51st minute.
What a goal. And then you look at that build-up. Charlotte actually had the ball at the midfield there. That was probably 7 to 10 passes connected, and it was finished off with a great cross. If you look here, Ripped-in cross. And look at this header. Far post, on strike, right up the keeper. Probably could have done a little better job with that, but he didn't think this guy was going to get a clear head on it. What a header. What a header. Struck it well.
That's Rafael Ramos marking Herrera again.
Ramos struggles a little bit.
Not the greatest of afternoons. As you saw in the beginning of the game, Charlotte was looking for those back post headers all the time. You knew it was coming, but unfortunately Rafael Ramos was unable to defend it.
Yeah, and to be fair to Ramos, he doesn't have the size, does he? He doesn't have the size for the headers.
He does not.
And that's what got him in trouble a couple times in a couple games in Major League Soccer. He just can't cover some of those back post headers.
So Enzo Martinez helping start the break. Joel Johnson with the cross, and Jorge Herrera with the finish. Now OCB in a 2-goal hole in their home stadium.
I got to tell you, Herrera's having a great game. He's very effective.
Oh, and here is a yellow card for Richie Larrea. That is important because that is his 5th yellow card of the season, which means he is suspended for the upcoming match against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and Orlando City's going to struggle a little bit in the middle without him in that next game because he's very active in the middle and creates a lot of things. You can look at him now. He's really worried.
Well, he knows he's missing the next game at Pittsburgh, but that was can't tell from that angle if he does clip his heel, but he does come a bit too close. You got to take that decision away from the referee, if anything.
Yeah,
he kind of goes through his ankle just a little bit.
Yeah, it's not smart tactically by him.
Not at all. And now OCB will be missing their leading goal scorer in an away game in Pittsburgh. So now how does OCB respond as that ball is passed away, taken away by Joel Johnson?
That's exactly what Coach Pulis was worried about, is these guys for Charlotte that can strike at any time. I mean, they are scoring goals in a game 3 and 4 at a time now.
It's all the counterattack. You get them spread thin, and even that second goal or the third goal they just scored came off a quick counter. Body still getting back, finding their markers, and unfortunately Ramos was marked up with Herrera, who's just a little bit taller than him. Yeah. Herrera listed at 5'9", and Rafael Ramos listed at 5'7".
Looks like we're getting ready for a sub coming in, but I would tell you, if Charlotte goes back to the game field on that third goal, they must have had the ball in possession for at least 9 to 10 passes. It was well done by them. Here's another dangerous play.
A header by Ellis Hayden just glances off of him instead of powered towards Earl Edwards, and almost another chance gifted by OCB. As you saw just a minute ago, Michael Cox looking to get set to come in. This would be his 5th game of the season, as that was a foul on Dikwa.
It's important for Orlando City here to keep their head.
Let's take another look at that one. Dikwa chasing the ball. Kind of wraps his arm around, I believe that was Wechter, and he goes down.
Yeah, if he didn't put his hand on his shoulder, I don't know if he gets called for that foul.
But it didn't look there was a tug, but there was definitely a hand on the shoulder. Ball from Mizell put in.
So you really got to give it to the viewers and the listeners in Charlotte for their team here to be down 1-0 and then come back and score these 3 goals. They've showed a lot of grit and sticking with the game. They've done a really great job. Orlando City's got to get focused here, get mentally locked in, and try to take over this game again with some possession.
Long ball forward for Ellis Hayden. He'll cut it back. Now from Neal in the midfield.
So the leadership of Lewis Neal matters.
Ball over the top. Kalungi with an elbow from behind, but nothing called. Larea grabbing his face, but he seems to be okay now, so. Looks like this might be it for Richie Larea, as Michael Cox will be coming in for him. Go for a more traditional 2-striker format. As you see, Kalungi kind of grabbing the face of Richie Larea. Not what you would call legal, but got away with it there. It has been a very physical game. It just kind of goes along with it. And here's the move made. Michael Cox coming on for Richie Larea.
Yeah,
so this year's goal scorer leader coming on for last year's goal scorer leader.
I'm sure Coach Pulis doesn't want to play around with a second yellow maybe in today's game for Larea. He's already know he's not going to have him in the next game. So why not get a formation in here where you could start preparing for the next game as well and not play without him, because you know you're not going to have him.
Cox with 11 goals, 3 assists last year.
Might actually change his formation up and go to a 4-4-2 instead of the 4-2-3-1 and get some 2 forwards up, go a little higher, and try to get a couple goals here.
It's a turnover, and Lewis Neal passes it behind Ramos. And it's a turnover from OCB. Cox, the more traditional target striker, likes a lot of hold-up play, not really quick like Dikwa, but should match up well against the more physical center backs in Kalungi and Wechter. Now Joel Johnson cuts it back. Estrada.
It's good movement off
Johnson.
The ball by Estrada.
Quick play by Joel Johnson all the way back now. Kalungi has
been
it.
very active in this game. I'm really proud of the performance he's put in.
Very an attacking-minded fullback.
Yep, and he's done a good job there, not going forward and just keeping it for his team.
It's June Davidson with it. You see a lot of fullbacks these days. They're more hybrid attackers, not just defensive fullbacks. The game is very, very changed a lot since 80s, 90s, even early 2000s. It's a lot of attacking play from the fullbacks, as you've seen it very much so in Joel Johnson's game today.
If you look at the better teams from Brazil and Germany, all in the World Cup victories, they have all 10 players can attack and do very well on the ball. And the United States is doing a much better job trying to get better and better at that. And so you're starting to see it in the transformation of the game today.
It's a lot of possession coming here for the Independents.
Yeah, they've done a really good job settling this game down. Their coach has got to be very happy.
Herrera has come back to receive that one. Now stretching the numbers for OCB. Alex Martinez threads it forward for Estrada. He tries to thread it through as Enzo not ready to make a run. We'll go back to Earl Edwards now. As you look at Mike Jeffries there. Fun fact about Mike Jeffries, coached Orlando City head coach Jason Kreis back when he was in MLS from 01 to 03 when he was the head coach of the Dallas Burn. Ball over the top now. Dikwa on the run for it. Punted away by Luke Wechter. And will be a throw-in coming for OCB.
Yeah, he's got a good coaching career. It goes all the way back to 1993 and 4 with New Orleans, the Riverboat Gamblers.
One thing you got to love about early American soccer is the names of the teams.
Ah, you got to love it.
Rafael Ramos will have the throw in here on the near side, looking for Cox in the box. And he'll play it back for Lewis Neal. Over for De Silva. De Silva tries to touch it. It'll come out for Tony Rocha, who plays it too far in front of De Silva and out for a goal kick.
Yeah, the weight of the pass just got ahead of him there.
Had a bit of room that he could have cut inside and maybe taken the shot. USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting USLsoccer.com and follow them on Twitter @USL.
You know, Coach Jeffries has another connection with Jason Christ. You know, he's coached at Duke University, and that's where Jason played.
As you can see, the Independence fans, the traveling Independence fans, very rare for USL, especially for the distance. That one's knocked out. A throw in coming for OCB. Davidson now with the turn. Plenty of space to work with. So let's play it off now. Donnie Smith plays it down the line. Carroll on the run, able to get to it in time. This is going to have to be played out by Edwards as a running Jorge Herrera had him a bit pressured. It's amazing to watch Jorge Herrera. At 36 years old, he's still starting and playing a ton of minutes. And look at this. Enzo Martinez plays it in. Back to Enzo. And a good save by Earl Edwards. Just a kick say out of play. Once again, Jorge Herrera involved in another attack.
Yeah, that was trouble again. Martinez hit a ball in there. Got it back.
And Ellis Hayden with poor first touch on the clearance gave them a second chance. But Earl Edwards, really his first save of the afternoon. Evening, I should say. It is quite dark out. So Herrera will be on the corner kick. See what they do with this one. Into the box, far post, header down, cleared away by Cox. Again, looking for that back post header. We talked about it early on. We talk about it now. It seems like they've done their work in scouting this OCB team. Those back post headers seem to be a problem.
Yeah, getting the ball in the flank, serving that ball across the box. It's just Orlando City struggled a little bit about marking very good against that ball.
There's a challenge and a free kick coming by foul from Ellis Hayden right in the midfield, just on the other side of the midfield mark.
Take a look at this foul here. Just got his hands on him. There's no need. Anytime you wrap around a defender like that, the referee's got to call it. You can't.
Credit for Estrada for staying upright, not going down until he really got hit. And that's a turnover for Orlando City now as they've got a chance to break. Deacon tries to pull it back, maintains possession, gets it out wide now for De Silva. De Silva holds up, nifty move there. Back for Ellis Hayden. Plenty of time for OCB to get back into this game, but got to be a little bit more aggressive in the attack. The issue is, you get too aggressive, Charlotte will punish you for it.
Yeah, they will. You get too many people up forward, they're going to attack down the flanks and then go after you. But Orlando City's got to get back to some tempo on the ball and possess it a little bit, get the ball moving, some 1- and 2-touch soccer through the thirds and look forward. Don't just give the ball up.
Really trying to work through the wings.
That's a good job by Lewis, switching the point of attack. Good
All
idea.
over top now. Cox going to chest it down. Emergency defending there by Joel Johnson. As it stays in play for the moment, De Silva will let it out, and the throw in coming for
That was
OCB.
a very good ball. Took care about 40 yards here on a dime, right to his chest. Look at this.
Center back Zach Carroll with the move as well.
What an excellent ball. If he brings that down a little closer to his body, he
Ball
could
into the
create
box
something.
as we still have the replay going. Rafael Ramos now at the top of the 18. He'll try and drive past defenders, gets taken out, and that's a foul and a free kick coming in a dangerous spot. But now Rafael Ramos holding his shoulder as he goes down. And for someone who's just coming back from a hamstring injury, you don't want to see him injured again, but he did take a tough fall on this one.
No, I think last year he hurt that shoulder, actually. In an MLS game, he went down with a shoulder problem, I thought, last year.
And 2 years ago, he had a concussion with a head-to-head knock with Tommy Redding. Last year, another hamstring injury. This year, preseason, another hamstring injury. That's the last thing you want to see for a young defender. Meanwhile, OCB with a chance to get back into this game. A free kick coming. Danny Deacon's going to be the one to take it. Ball into the box. Glancing header. Player down in the box for OCB. As now it's going to be another corner coming for Orlando. I believe that was Connor Donovan on the far side with a little move past the defender. Zach Carroll was down for a moment, but he's back up. Seems to be shaking it off. It'll be Deacon again, this time on the corner on the other side.
This can make the game very interesting if they can convert one of these set pieces here. Charlotte's done a good job defending off these, though.
Another set piece coming for OCB. Cox heads it up in the air, and it will actually come off of a Charlotte defender. And another corner coming for OCB.
That was off of Davison, but he did a great job staying with his man. Great man marking.
There's the ball into the box. Headed
That was
down by
Ross,
Cox.
I'm sorry.
And Deacon comes away with it. It'll come for Ellis Hayden. Heavy touch right to the end line. Cuts it back, and it's cleared away for the moment by Wechter. So now here comes a chance to break for the Independents. Switching the point of attack to the other side, but it's cut out by Tony Rocha. Rocha goes down as Estrada takes him out right at the center circle. And quick restart from OCB.
Tell you, Ross has done a great job tracking back and actually defending these headers. For being a center mid, he's cut back and done a good job.
Here's Donovan now, coming up a bit farther into the attack. You see Orlando City trying to push a little bit more numbers into the attack. Now here's Lewis Neal. Playing back for Neal, looking for space. Great ball to find Cox, but it's taken away. Here comes Herrera. Now the dangerous counter from the Independents cut out as De Silva has it. He'll cut inside. De Silva trying to weave through the defense. Ball taken away, and now here's quick passing again from Charlotte. Davidson will settle down.
Yeah, they're doing a good job right now keeping the game in front of them and then winning the ball and trying to go forward. They're doing a really good job there. Orlando City's got to settle down and just start getting the ball going, looking through lines and trying to penetrate through the back.
Back into it now. Charlotte trying to push forward. Donnie Smith. Back for Wechter. Kalungi will play it forward. Joel Johnson all the way up forward. Now here comes Enzo Martinez driving into the attack.
More space.
Plays it off for Estrada. Estrada with the early cross is taken in by Earl Edwards, right to him, in fact. And danger cut out for the moment.
Charlotte's done a good job finding the gaps in Orlando City's defense, playing through the lines and playing through the holes there.
Now Ramos. Play it back to Edwards. Donovan on the other side. Try and start the attack now. Here's De Silva. Cuts inside. Taken out from behind. And that is a free kick and yellow card here.
Is that
Joel
the fourth
Johnson.
card of the day?
That is the fifth.
Fifth?
Fifth. So you have the one on second in the half because of the one that was issued to Richie Larea.
Yeah, four. I think four for Charlotte right now.
Correct. Joel Johnson going right from behind. Did go for the ball, but caught too much of De Silva in the process.
And I think that did warrant a yellow. I don't think he meant anything by it. He went for it, but you get a man behind like that and put him down, you're going to be booked all the time in this game.
Lewis Neal passing a message along now to the other players. Bit of a shift in situation things.
Orlando City just going to work the ball around the back here. Switch the point of attack.
That one's too tall for Ramos. Just out of play. He does win the header, though, but it'll be pulled back by the assistant referee. Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Taken away by Deacon now. Plays it in for Cox. Cox with Dequa running into him. Now back.
That final ball there is killing Orlando City. And Charlotte's doing a great job winning it and then keeping possession out of it. Look at that. Splitting the lines. They've kept the ball now 4 passes from winning it. They're on their 6. They're getting forward. And there goes Johnson getting active on the flank.
Here's Joel Johnson now. Good win back by Pierre De Silva. So he'll pull it back, settle it for Orlando City. Pressure coming, though. Quick pass away. We'll get it back into the defense for Orlando City. Again, every time Orlando pushed their numbers forward, it's a danger. Charlotte just breaking them wide open. And it almost looks like OCB, a little bit of tired legs just trying to keep up with them so much.
Yeah, you know, they look a little bit wind out of their sails.
Early ball into the box. Dequa trying to run on it. Will curl all the way out. And unable to win it back was Dequa, even though he got a touch on it. So Alex Martinez will be coming out now as Jan Ekra will be making his first appearance of this game. He's played in every single game so far this year. Another USL veteran, if you will. Played with Harrisburg City back in 2012, 2013. Had a chance with the Philadelphia Union in MLS. Didn't really get any playing time. Was loaned back to Harrisburg. And fun fact, was a roomie of Karim Benzema back in Lyon.
There you go. So Alex Martinez going out there, leaving his brother in, but he's going out. He had a good, very active game there.
Now, when we say Martinez, we're only referring to one.
Now we have one down, one to go.
Makes our job easier. But again, Jan Ekra coming in does not make OCB's job easier, as immediately he wins a free kick from Rafael Ramos' foul. Ekra, a very good attacking player, quick on his feet, 5'11", only 26 years old, despite his long tenure with USL clubs. So he is very dangerous in the attack. Got to watch out for him.
Yeah, and in Charlotte, it's just ever since that second and third goal, they've had a lot more spunk and life to their game. And Orlando City has just been a little flat. They're not as quick, not as active. And it's really showed in the score line here lately.
Zach Carroll will clear this one down. Chance to break for OCB. Dequa unable to run on it. Cox giving it a run, though. Kalungi will be forced to play it back, and quick passing again gets him out of a jam. But going back to your point about the second and third goals, I mean, it was Adrian Heath's favorite saying when he was with the club back in USL days. Jason Christ said it after the New York City game just recently for the MLS side. Goals change games.
Yep, goals change games. That's why goal scorers get paid a lot of money. Defenders that can defend get paid a lot of money for stopping them. And they're so hard to find in this game. And it can wear you out mentally. Physically and mentally, goals against can just wear you out. It's the ultimate test in this game.
Here's Carroll again. Forced to play it back to Edwards.
I think Coach Jeffrey's got to be really proud of his game plan on how they've come out and executed the second half as well. Even though Orlando City's had some possession here in the second half, none of it's been in the offensive third really much to be dangerous.
It's cut out there. Wechter plays it down the line.
Here
Here's Herrera. Runners coming far post. You could see Herrera looking for it. June Davidson lays it off. It's well offside. And finally called for the whistle.
There you see the giving up the ball in the middle third again for Orlando City. There's Jeffries. He's just got it. He's really coached a really good game here, and the players have executed it. Whatever he said at halftime was spot on.
Interesting enough, Jeffries, before the game, he said it's going to be a game that they have to manage their athletic skill. With the ball, we've got to be quicker and switch play pretty quickly to get at them. And exactly what they've done tonight.
Yeah, and not even maybe switch and play as much. They've really just looked to gone forward in the corners, and it's really exposed Orlando City.
Especially with the quick passes. There's one, De Silva trying to get it forward.
Silva's got to do a better job there trying to keep the ball for Orlando City. Possession's key right now for Orlando City.
There's a win back from Callum Ross. See if Pulis goes with any other substitutions just to try and get more energy in the attack. As challenge in the midfield not called. That one is called as a tug on Ekra's jersey by Carroll. Will be pulled back for the foul. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to the USL Coast to Coast show with Mike Watts Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Sirius XM FC, Channel 85. Also, don't forget, Sirius XM FC will air on the USL game of the week. Please check USL Soccer for dates and times.
And Charlotte here is just getting possession of the ball, the 3-1 lead, and trying to keep it here, and then play the corners like right there.
Quick throw in there by Connor Donovan. OCB really just trying to look for anything going forward. Independence with that 2-goal lead can be very much more defensive team. It's now played forward. De Silva with some room. Joel Johnson running in on him, crosses into the box. It's going to be cleared away by Kalungi.
Yeah, the runs there for Orlando City. We got to go more distinct near and far post, have some better angles, so it's not just so easy to go right to the center backs.
It's another substitution this time, again for Charlotte. It will be David Estrada, the goal scorer, coming out. It'll be David Spies coming in. The Herdecke Germany native, played for FC Augsburg, VfL Bochum, and FC Nürnberg. All in the reserve sides, joined back in September of last year and re-signed for this year as well. He is a German-American as well, so dual citizen. Always handy to have those 2 passports with you.
That helps.
I can say that from personal experience, being an English and American citizen.
I'll tell you, these subs for Charlotte that have gone in have really, really kept them lively. Eker's drawn a lot of fouls since he's been in. And then you see
Coach Pilas, I mean, he doesn't look happy. I can't blame him. It's Neal now in the midfield, has some space.
Orlando
Chips it up
City,
over the top. Come out now.
the forwards have got get a little more active with their runs.
There's some space for De Silva. Good ball from Rocha. Plays it in too low. So now Rocha taken out a bit, and that will be a foul on Tony. Pulled back for a yellow card as well, as he just about took out Jorge Herrera on that play. But again, it did stop the counterattack. We've seen how dangerous they have been so far tonight. So we'll see who's coming in next. So OCB is set to make a substitution.
Be nice to get some activity in the middle, some young blood in there, and get some. Looks like David from our United States Development Academy, U18s, might be getting some playing time in this game, and he actually played against. He's done really well when he's got in these games for a little youth and a little energy, and if he can get in this game, it might be something Orlando City needs just to get a little spunk behind him.
Yeah, we'll talk more about him if and when he comes in, but David Luera, definitely a promising prospect for the Orlando City Academy. It's a ball over the top now. Connor Donovan just tries to play it forward, but he makes a bad touch of it. Jorge Herrera cuts it in nicely. Here's Enzo Martinez now. He'll cut it across the face of goal. Played across and out of play by OCB now.
Orlando City got lucky there. Charlotte should have done a better job with that, maybe finishing it off.
Here's Cox over for Neal. Tries to spread it out wide. Good touching and passing there from OCB as they spread it out wide. Looking a bit more dangerous, trying to get crosses into the box, but credit to the Independents for staying home and just heading them away as much as possible. So now here's Neal, plays it over for Cox. Now here's Zach Carroll into the attack. Plays it for Rocha, spreads it out wide. Ellis Hayden with some space, gets it off for De Silva. Silva's space closed down quickly. Early ball into the box, cross, making a run, and it'll take a deflection off of a Independence player and out for a corner kick for OCB. Danny Deacon's going to be one to take this, and this might be his last action of the match as he's set to come out for David Luera. Ball low into the box. Popped up in the air, still in play. Deacon settles it. Puts it into the box. Misses everybody on the far post as Donovan tried to get it. as well as Dequa.
Yeah, but to be
and
fair,
just skim past everybody.
Dequa has got to put that in the back of the net, being on far post there. Here it comes across the box. You can see this. What a ball driven in. And then look at this. Look at the back post right there.
Got to finish.
That would have changed the momentum right here.
Here's Ramos into the box. It'll come away with Neal. Poor touch on that, and it'll go out of play now. Here comes the substitution. As 18-year-old, David Luera will come in for Danny Deacon, his second appearance of the season. Funny enough, first appearance that he made was back a month ago against this same team. Played 29 minutes against the Charlotte Independents. Did have an assist last year, played a lot as an academy product for OCB last year. Really impressed the coaching staff. But as of right now, the plan is for him to go to NC State. He sent his letter of intent, and he's pretty excited to go from what I've been hearing.
Yeah, he's going to go to NC State and have a go. We still think he's going to be a great prospect for us in the future. And he's got a big soccer career ahead of him. He's doing great with the U18 Development Academy, and he's getting looked at. Got a lot of national team scouts all over him.
Dequa settles it down for Cox. Cox with the poor touch, and Charlotte able to clear their lines. Here's the long ball, headed down by Connor Donovan. Numbers going forward for the Independents now. They're going to switch the field of play. On the other side is David Spees. He cuts it back. Good job by De Silva to win it back, though, and now a chance for OCB to break. Here's Dequa. Now De Silva sluts it off. Ellis Hayden pushing forward. Back for De Silva. Plenty of time and space to cross it in. Cox trying to win the header. Going to be popped up in the air. Here comes Luera. Good job winning the ball back. Now it's Ramos. 1-on-3. Plays it back for Luera. Neal back to Luera now.
Oh,
quick passing. Here comes David as he gets taken out. No call, but it's going to be a throw-in. Not going to Orlando City. Apparently it knocked off Luera's leg and will go towards Charlotte. Speaking of the Independents, they'll make another substitution as I would say man of the match at this point. Jorge Herrera, goal and assist to his credit, and the captain of the team will come out. And Lewis Hilton, the goal scorer for the Charlotte Independents, the last game these two teams played together, will be coming on.
Yeah, Herrera got a great game. I mean, he scored. What a great assist for their second goal. He was really a game changer in this one.
Lewis Hilton, the Truro, England native, the 23-year-old at a young Harris College. A lot of Division II players within this Independence roster, as he's a two-time D2 NSCAA All-American, had 80 appearances back in college.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't get in U.S. College soccer. There are so many Division II and Division III schools that could absolutely murder some Division I schools. The game is really grown, and there's great players all over the United States today.
You look in Florida, especially Lynn University, two-time national champions in the last 5 years.
And back in the day, these NAIA schools have no age group, no age limit. There was 25, 26-year-old college guys.
Great run by Pierre De Silva, who's got taken out, but winning a corner for OCB. A great individual run by him as we got lost in Division II talk there.
Yeah. David.
Shout out Rollins College, by the way.
Yeah,
Gotta shout out my alma mater while I have a chance.
And there's some great D2 schools right there in North Carolina as well.
Absolutely. Here's Rafael Ramos putting a high cross into the box, which will come out to the other side. Tony Rocha, beautiful move. He's into the 18 now. Tries the effort.
Oh, that's a handball.
Nothing from the referee or the assistant, despite the pleas of OCB players.
Be very interesting to see if that was
truly
a handball.
We're going to have to see a replay of that one.
But Rocha did a great job peeling the man, getting down the line. If you watch this move here, he already got by him there. And then let's see what happens here. Oh.
That's off the elbow. He had his arm tucked in, so it wasn't an intentional handball. I agree with the referee on that one, I would say.
Yeah, that's one of those. If they call it, they call it. You see it that it hit it, and if they don't, you understand why.
That's a dangerous challenge there, yeah.
I'm sure the keeper made that a little more dramatic as well to draw the foul, but it was a foul.
It's a towering cross over to the far post. Mizell and Carroll went up for it at the same time. Mizell got his hands on it, and Carroll went right into him.
And I'm sure Mizell's going to milk this a little bit to take some time off the clock. If you look at that, keepers deal with that all the time. He can handle that.
Only 4 minutes left before we hit the 90. So OCB in a bit of a hole. Credit again to the Charlotte Independents for their play this afternoon and this evening.
Yeah, the possession for Orlando City in the second half is just not equated to very dynamic movement in the final third to get the clear goal scoring opportunity.
Ball switching play cut out immediately, and now a counter attack possible as that's an offside position for Enzo Martinez.
But you see what Charlotte's doing, right? They're winning the ball in the middle third, and they're immediately looking forward to break lines of pressure in the final third, and it's working. Coach Jeffries has got to be very happy with the game plan. And that's what Coach Pulis is really concerned about.
Luera now negs his defender.
See, this
back
is where
into the midfield.
Good job to David looking forward there and keeping the ball.
Carroll has joined the attack on the flank now. Plays into the midfield for Rocha.
This is where Orlando City has to do a better job breaking lines. That's
Good
a good
vision.
ball by Lewis.
Good touchdown by Da Silva. Takes him a bit out wide. Comes into the box. A bicycle kick try. Luera's going to touch it down, and he skies it over the bar.
That was good.
First, the bike try by Michael Cox. You don't expect too much of that from him. Being that really physical guy, you never see him get up in the air like that.
Wishful thinking, trying to get a
wasn't a bad try.
Yeah, good attempt here. Look at the effort. And good spacing by David to be right in behind. To go ahead and take this. He's just got to get up and over that ball and not lean back as much.
Good chance for OCB, though. As you like to see that, especially from one of your youngest and I would say shortest player on the field.
That's true. Size doesn't matter in this game, but hopefully he could bring a lot of energy to the team in the final 5 minutes at extra time here.
Well, listed at 5'5". Sometimes tries to play a little bit taller than that, though. Now a chance again for OCB, trying to break here. Rocha cuts it back for Lewis Neal, switches to the near side for Rafael Ramos. Good ball in. Luera now. As Kalungi steps in, actually Ekra.
Two fresh legs there, Ekra and David Luera, so they should be having plenty of energy to go after each other right now.
Here's Ramos. Turns it back. Crosses into the box. Poked away. June Davidson now will play it out. And OCB will have a throw. A little bit more space than the last one.
Got some.
Carroll plays it back. Neal. A lot of numbers pushed forward for OCB. Just got to watch for that Independence counter.
Now they got to take those numbers and be active and get those runs right and very creative. It just seems like the forwards are a little flat right now and not being as dynamic with their movement, making it easy on the center backs of Charlotte.
It's Ramos with the poor touch, turns it over. Luera on Ekwa. Ekwa makes the move, and away come the Independents now.
Ekwa's done a very good job since he's gotten this game.
Joel Johnson now plays it back. Englishman Ross will play it downfield. Ellis Hayden now will play it all the way back. Tries to turn, instead goes back. Earl Ludwards now. Bit of a dangerous ball there.
It's a good ball movement there. Now to see if that can equate to anything in the final third now for Orlando City.
Space now for OCB. Good slotted pass. Luera now pushing forward. Near side for Ramos. Rafa puts an early ball into the box. It's going to come out. Luera trying to stop on it. Now it'll come for Ramos. Ramos with the fake. Crosses into the box again. Too tall for either Cox or Dikwa. And it'll come out to the other side for Joel Johnson.
See, that was a problem there. They both made the exact run. So if one of them went near in the top of the six there and the other was back post, they could have had a different, they could have maybe had a finish.
And here comes the break.
Uh-oh, this is trouble.
There's a soft shot.
He's got to do better with that. I know he's killing himself there, not getting the fourth goal.
3 minutes of extra time will be added. Now De Silva driving forward. Knocked away, and it will be a throw-in coming for Orlando.
I think that was Enzo up top for Martinez, right? They could have finished
Yeah,
that off.
Exactly, yeah. I was trying to figure out who it was. Now Ellis Hayden has it. Ball cut out.
This is where Charlotte has been trouble.
And here comes Jan Ekra with the run.
Look at this spacing.
Enzo Martinez and Jan Ekra running forward. Martinez one-on-one with Connor Donovan, who wins that battle but knocks it out, and it'll be a corner kick for Charlotte, and they'll take their time.
So now it's going to be a cat and mouse game between Orlando City getting forward here to try to get 2 goals in the final extra time minutes and not getting too exposed to give up a 4th goal on a counterattack.
Speaking of Orlando City, all 3 teams in action as of right now. Pride just finished up. Unfortunately, they were up, then down, and finished down 2-1 the final. Driven as Lewis Hilton just drives it over top. As ball came back onto the pitch. And Orlando City down 1-0 thanks to Christian Ramirez goal for Minnesota. And they're in the 60th minute as of right now.
Ramirez has scored a lot of goals for Minnesota here.
8. 1 more than Kyle Aaron. Ball over top, Martinez off. As we continue counting down, just about 1.5 minutes left in this one. LCB just trying to save face here, try and get a goal before the end of the game, get some momentum going into the next one. But Charlotte standing firm. Dequa plays it back. It's Ellis Hayden now. Charlotte really sinking deep into their own defensive third, and a turnover here now as they try and break. Enzo Martinez will be one-on-one with Zach Carroll. Jan Ekra running on the back post. Martinez cuts inside, cuts back outside. Good defense by Zach Carroll to knock it away.
It is. I'm sure Enzo wanted to do a little more with that and help out his stat sheet.
Danger is not away yet as Spies back from Martinez. Plays it and just skims across the face of goal. Dangerous and powerful shot. Excuse me, that was Lewis Hilton with the effort.
Yeah, it's Orlando City just looks flat, and fair to Charlotte. They've come out. They've played a good second half. They've executed their game plan.
That's a lazy pass from Earl Edwards. Nobody picking it up for Orlando City B. Another shot by Lewis Hilton, and this one, same result, pulled just wide.
I tell you, Coach Pulis is not going to be happy on the way Orlando City's closed this out in the final 20 minutes. They've shown no grit, no mental aptitude to get going, and they're letting runners get in behind all over the place.
And that is the final whistle. A learning lesson for Orlando City B as they drop their second game at home this season, 3-1 to the Charlotte Independents. Goals from Estrada, Herrera, as well as Albert Dequa for OCB. It's really changed the game for Charlotte as they come away with 3 points away from home.
And that's exactly what Coach Pulis was worried about. He said Estrada, Herrera, and Martinez brothers, any one of those 4 can expose us, put together 3 or 4 passes, break our lines, and that was his concern. It was a concern this week, and it showed. They're dangerous.
So Enzo Martinez scoring his 4th goal. Jorge Herrera with his 3rd goal and 2nd assist. My man of the match, I would say.
I would agree with that.
David Estrada with his 1st goal of the season as well.
I would agree with that.
All right. Well, we'll be back with the full highlights of the match, so stick with us here at Orlando City Stadium. Final score, Charlotte Independence 3, Orlando City B 1. We'll be back.
pressure she must feel.
Evans is so calm and composed on the ball. How about that from the Bogogoo to find her? And I don't know how Evans sneaks that through.
Back here at Orlando City Stadium, final score, Charlotte Independence 3, Orlando City B 1. The visitors take all 3 points from OCB this evening, as we'll head into final stats and highlights here in just a second.
We go on some highlights of the whole match.
So it was a very, first 45 minutes, very back and forth. A lot of chances for both teams. Orlando City B, a lot of possession. We talked about it in the first half. Has had some chances early on. Albert Dico with the glancing header in the beginning. Richie Larea, again, very dangerous in the minutes that he played.
Active. Yep. Another cross from Charlotte. A lot of that went down in the first half. Going through the first half.
Testing the waters in the first half.
Yeah, this is the goal, first goal.
Albert Dico, nice build-up play with De Silva and Dico finishing it off.
And just before that, Rocha had a great ball through the line into De Silva.
Dico's third goal of the season.
So another opportunity that we just couldn't get in front of that defender to tap it in. Another crack. What a save there.
Great effort from Danny Deacon in his first start in quite a while. Edwards Jr. had some moments.
There's where we're getting taken down because of his speed in the middle.
Immediate yellow card there for Alex Martinez. We had a number of yellow cards in this match, 4 for the Independents. There's a chance from Rafael Ramos getting his first 90 minutes of this season. And here was the first goal for Charlotte that opened up the floodgates. David Estrada just with the toe poke into the far netting.
Yep.
And that started everything for the Independents in their attack. Their confidence just boosted, and the momentum just shifted in the way of the visiting team.
Yeah, and this next goal here was just brilliance. Look at that spacing, and then look at this pass, and what a finish low and far post. That would have finished whether Donovan touched that or not.
All started with Jorge Herrera, calm, cool, and collected on the ball. That's what you get from the 36-year-old veteran.
Yeah, and he had too much time and space. You got to shut him down and close him. There was no pressure cover defending there, and it just was, we were too exposed, Orlando City was, but good for Charlotte.
Here was the third goal. Herrera, this time getting himself on the score sheet. Back post header. There was the yellow card that will suspend Larea for the next match. He's accumulated 5 yellow cards so far this season, so he will miss the matchup coming up in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's going to be a shame. That's the goal again, and what a squared-up header, facing the goal, on target, right over Edwards. It was just great positioning, great technique.
And he's been part of the Charlotte soccer scene since 2007. Over 150 appearances for a Charlotte soccer team. Quite a player, Jorge Herrera. As we look at the final stats here, it was 60-40 possession at the first half. Fairly similar, but that does not tell the whole story. Charlotte dangerous on the counterattack and really opened up Orlando City B.
Yeah, what shoots out to me here are the shots. It was actually 6-2 at halftime, and now look at the shots, 9-8. That tells me Orlando City only got 2 decent shots there in the second half, and then the floodgates opened up for Charlotte. Their defensive organization in the middle third really exposed Orlando City to get some shots off. So they did a really good job there, and the Orlando's possession in the second half just didn't create anything in the offensive third.
And it's a learning experience for Anthony Pulis and his boys. They'll come back, they'll come better, but they have a very long road trip coming up. As we look at scores around the league, talked about Ottawa and Richmond earlier on in the first half. 5-3 the final. FC Cincinnati holding face at their home stadium. OCB and Independence we just talked about. Rowdies and St. Louis tied at 1. I believe that game is actually finished up, maybe in the waning moments of the game. Colorado Springs currently up on Reno 1868. Sorry, tied as of right now. And Tulsa up 3-1 on Portland Timbers 2. Still one more game to go tonight with the Galaxy and Phoenix Rising, one of the newer clubs with the very big signings for them as well, with Didier Drogba, Sean Wright Phillips, and others.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting game tonight at 10:30.
Well, final thoughts?
I just good for Charlotte, traveling away and coming into this environment and this pitch and weather and being down 1-0 and then getting some very good goals. They should be proud of themselves.
Well, with that, for Craig Melton, my name's Austin David. Thanks very much for listening, and that's been another USL broadcast from here at Orlando City Stadium. So long and good night.